I'm Punchy, the internet. Welcome in. What's up, everybody? Jay and I are here. This is not Second Shift Lunch. This is not Kyle and Jay's Q&A. This is Kyle and Jay eulogize themselves before doing something stupid. If Jay's laughing, I cannot hear him. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Guys, Saturday, September 27th, is Local Comic Shop Day. And the EXP is pleased to be partnered with Comics Pro, which is the trade organization that represents local comic book shops, to be presenting our giant size supercast, which is to say we are doing a marathon stream featuring local comic shops from around the country. And if people would answer my emails, the world. So we'll see if they answer my emails. But we wanted to come on and give you guys a little bit of a heads up, announce some fun stuff we're doing that you're going to see more about in the coming days. And you'll see a bunch of that day. But that we are going to be doing for Local Comic Shop Day, including the launch of our Text the EXP phone number. That's right. You can text the EXP. What's the phone number, you may ask? That's a good question. I forget. But I can tell you in just a second. It is 419-855-2530. So, you can text the EXP. Here, I'll put it up on screen. There we go. Text the EXP, 419-855-2530. That will be a thing that we'll be doing all day on Local Comic Shop Day, and we'll be doing on other future events. So that's cool, right? You can literally, if you're watching the show, you can text us from your local comic shop or whatever and tell us, what's going on there. You can text us questions that you want asked to guests that you don't, you want to make sure get in. You can just text us hey, Kyle, you maybe look like you should eat something. Or you've had too much coffee. Or, gee, why are you falling asleep? All of those things. And I will be able to put them right out on the air. That will also be when we have call-in time, which we'll announce later, the call-in number. So that'll be super fun, right? So people will be able to call in and tell us, hey, I'm at Golden Apple Comics in Los Angeles, California, and right now there's no line to meet the creators. So people should come over. And then we can be like, you heard it here first, folks. Go to Golden Apple in LA right now and meet the creators. All of that kind of stuff. So that'll be super fun. Right?
Yeah.
Or am I just asking for it, Jay?
Little A, little B.
All right. As long as it's a little both, I'm happy. So we are going to announce the schedule for the day, but I want to tell you that this is not the final schedule. In fact, the schedule is still a living, breathing thing. And in fact, President of Comics Pro, Joe Murray, and I were talking about this just before we went live and making very inappropriate jokes about how the schedule is still growing. And we're showing it, if you know what I mean. So, anyhow, so right now we have a show that starts right around 10 o'clock Eastern and concludes right around 1 o'clock Eastern. So figure that out, Jay. It's 9 o'clock to midnight Central Time, which basically ends at say, what is that, 10 o'clock Pacific?
Yes.
10 o'clock Pacific, yes. So we're hoping to go a little bit later. We're hoping to go till midnight Pacific. We're hoping to start a little bit earlier, around 8 or 9 in the morning Eastern. Obviously, we have more time than that. If more people want to get in on this and they get with us, we'll add more time at the beginning and more time at the end, especially if you're one of those comic shops that exists on an island in the middle of the ocean. like Atlantis or Newfoundland, or what's the other one in the Atlantic? Greenland,
Sure.
Iceland, sure, whatever, or like Hawaii, Guam, any of those in the Pacific Ocean, right?
Yeah.
Get at me, and we will get you on the show. But right now we're starting around 10 o'clock Eastern. All right. So starting at 10 o'clock Eastern, you're going to see some stuff that maybe you've seen already before. We are going to be rerunning some of our past local or FOC videos. So what that is specifically are some of the great creator interviews we've had on the FOC show, including Incenti, Jeff Johns, some of the recent guests that we've had whose books will be in stores in the near future, as well as perhaps some new interviews. So again, that 10 o'clock time, that may move around, that may get longer, it may get shorter, it may shift depending on what we have in the morning. We're still recording interviews with some creators, like some of the creators from Amp Comics. We're maybe recording with some other creators from Ignition Press. We're hoping to add some more store interviews, but that's the kind of the end of the himiny part for the moment, because at 11 o'clock Saturday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock a.m., we join our good friend Michael Torma from Oni Press as he goes to the local comic shop where he spent a lot of his comic career, Third Eye Comics, for their local comic shop day festivities. He will be there when the store opens at 11 to check out what they're doing, and he will be coming to us live from Third Eye. Yeah. I was there Saturday for Batman Day.
Oh.
It was a pretty good time. Also, like, be on the lookout for more from Third Eye here on The Experience coming very soon. Well, not very soon. In several months. Okay, further out than I would like, but a realistic amount of time for what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So Torma will be at Third Eye. After we're going to be there for like a half hour, and then we're going to be joined by one of our creator interviews. At the moment, it's Marvin Wynn from Comicsburg, creator of The Edge. Comicsburg is the smallest publisher that's participating in local comic shop day this year. Comicsburg has been at several of the recent Comics Pro annual meetings and has gotten to know a lot of the retailers, but these guys, yeah, trigger warning on the whispers, yeah. But these guys are like, they're doing their own fulfillment for this event. Like, they don't have distribution like everybody else, so they're out here doing the work to get books to local comic shops. So shout out to Comicsburg. They will be our next interview. Then by that point, Torma will have transversed a very tricky highway system that exists between DC, Annapolis, and Baltimore. Again, I just drove it Saturday. It is not fun. But he will drive up the highway as fast as he possibly can, and he will join me live at Dreamers and Make Believers in Baltimore, Maryland, where I will be broadcasting all day, where we will be talking about the things that Oni Press are doing, including their local comic shop day offering, the Foil Catacomb of Torment #1.
Ooh.
So yeah, the Comicsburg I did mention has a gatefold, like full wraparound copy of The Edge #1. And Marvin will tell you in that interview what The Edge is. I think it's a great concept, right? It's a really interesting play on mutants that aren't mutants. Anyway, so then Torma will join us and we will talk about all the things from Oni Press. Then we will be heading just back down the highway, not literally, but figuratively, to Neighborhood Comics. Neighborhood Comics is in I'm blanking on the name of the city now. I literally knew it like Savannah, Georgia. I was gonna say I literally knew it like a minute ago. Anyway, Savannah, Georgia, to Lee Heidel's shop. I think that's how you say his last name. Neighborhood Comics, where he'll be interviewing some creator guests that he has there in the shop. He will also have opportunities for you to pick up exclusives and some things that they only have at Neighborhood Comics. So that'll be super fun. You'll have that. You'll have an opportunity to do that live on the show. Then we leave Neighborhood Comics and we come back to Baltimore to rejoin me at Dreamers and Make Believers, where we will be talking to a person who draws more cats and dogs than anybody in comics, Trish Forstner. Yeah. As well as Sam and Miranda, who are the owners of Dreamers and Make Believers. We'll be doing a little bit of selling from Dreamers and Make Believers as well. And you guys will get to see what Dreamers and Make Believers looks like throughout the day. Because, again, I will be there all day. Dreamers and Make Believers is my local comic shop when I'm here in Baltimore. So we're going to try and give them a little bit of a boost and let everybody get to see why I like them. So we'll be with them for a while. Then we head back down the highway to Richmond, Virginia, to Richmond Comics and Tommy Donovan. Richmond, because local comic shop day is not until Saturday, Preston. This is the schedule announcement, aka the last time you see me and Jay with the same amount of hair we have now.
It's true.
No, so we head down to Richmond Comics. Richmond is partnering with a number of other stores in the greater Richmond area to do a citywide event. So hopefully we will have somebody visiting all of those stores, calling in throughout the day, telling us what's going on there in Richmond. But 4 shops in Richmond have all gotten together, and we are going to visit at least one of them in Richmond Comics, where Tommy is going to talk about local comic shop day, talk to the creators he has there in the store. He's got 3 or 4 creators signing there in the shop, and well, it's definitely going to be less because I have a haircut appointment on Wednesday. Anyway, no, so we'll head down to Richmond to Tommy's shop, and hopefully we'll get to see all the other Richmond stores. They're great shops down there in Richmond, all around VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University, where they have a great art program. Savannah Comics, or Savannah, Georgia, where Neighborhood Comics is where CCAD is, or not CCAD, SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design, which has a great comics program. After we leave Richmond, though, we head north of the border to a place where their tacos come with gravy, as do their French fries, Canada. And we will be joined by our friend Brian Garside to talk about how Earth 519, which is a mail-order comic company, is handling local comic shop day and some of the challenges that they face as a mail-order comic shop. That's still everybody's local comic shop. Are handling events like local comic shop day and distribution and mailing and all this kind of stuff. And then we're just going to transition. Same people will be on screen, but we're going to transition. And we're going to talk about Manage Comics. This is local comic shop day. So again, we want to focus on things that make the lives of local comic shops easier. And one of those is a good POS system, a good retail management system, a good system for keeping everything organized. And that's where Manage Comics comes in. So we're going to have a talk with him about Manage Comics and all the great stuff they're doing, including the big announcements they made last week on Comic Industry Insiders Live about something they're doing that will help make up for the lack of previews. So that'll be interesting to talk about. Then after we talk to Brian, we head literally to the other side of North America. Not quite as far down as you can get, but like pretty far down. And we head to the great state of Houston. Again, we have a stringer. We have a stringer that's going to be going around in Houston, visiting shops and calling in throughout the day. Jay really appreciates the fact that they're doing this because it means they'll leave him alone. But it also means that he'll have to watch the dog. Mm. And we may actually prove if Sean is real, as it turns out. Mm. But We will head down to Space Cadets Collection in Houston, Texas, where Miss Jen will be talking to Joshua Starnes of AMP Comics. AMP Comics is another sponsor of Local Comic Shop Day, and they're a sponsor of our broadcast. So we want to give a shout out to AMP Comics for getting in and being a great sponsor of our broadcast, helping us to be able to afford to eat that day. So Preston, we're only going where people asked to join us. If your local comic shop hasn't gotten in, they can email shops@theexplive.com and still get in on the broadcast. Anyway, so Miss Jen will be talking to Josh Starnes and doing a little bit of selling from her shop. So check that out. Then the big event, the big event, the big thing we're doing. There's a great documentary out called Shopping for Superman, directed by a guy named Wes Easton. It just won the award for Best Film at the San Diego Comic-Con Film Festival. And it's not out there anywhere that you can really see it right now. So we're going to show it to you live. So we'll be joined by Wes, will be joined by Wes. He's going to introduce the movie. We're going to watch the film in its entirety. And then we'll have a Q&A with the director of Shopping for Superman, Wes Easton. And then immediately following that, something that Wes and I are both very excited to do is a panel that I really wanted to have on the show, and I worked very hard to make it happen, called History Class. History Class is a panel discussion with 3 retailers who have been doing this quite a long time. Nancy McCann, Jeremy Shore, and Joe Field. If you don't know Joe Field, you should. Joe's the reason Free Comic Book Day exists. He's the founder of Free Comic Book Day. So they will be joining us to tell stories from their collective 100+ years in the business. So that'll be super fun, right? And they all have great stories and have done a ton of stuff. So that'll be a cool panel. Following them, we shoot out to the East Coast or the West Coast to hold on. See, this is the problem: is I forget locations.
Yeah.
I know owners' names. Bellingham, Washington. Bellingham, Washington. To a shop called A Comics Place. Or just Comics Place, depending on how you feel about conjunctions. Where we will be joined by Jeff Figley and Django Boren, and maybe Brian Garside will rejoin us for their weekly show, The Comics Place Presents, which is a comic review show where they talk about all the comics they've read this week. That show used to be called The Perfectly Reasonable Podcast, and Preston, again, I went where people asked me to go. So anyhow, A Comics Place Presents will be joining us, followed by one of my favorite comic book podcasts, The Data Bros, which is Jeff and Django and Brian, where they talk about all the data in comics and all of the different things that you can count in comics. So that will be fun as well. Then in between all of these segments, we have, what did I say? What did I upload today, Jay? Something like 13 gigs, and that's not all of it, of videos from publishers, local comic shops. We have old commercials. We have videos, we have walkthroughs, we have Eisner videos. We have all kinds of great stuff from local comic shops that we'll be showing you throughout the day. So, like I said, the day is, it's like, 14 hours, 10 to 2 a.m. Eastern, 10 to 1 a.m. Eastern, whatever that winds up being. But then it's going to grow because we're going to have more stuff to show you. So you're going to want to tune in. Here's how you do that. You follow this channel there on the YouTubes. That's where we're going to be. We're going to be here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. Yeah, like I said, Preston, have them email shops at theexplive.com. Even if they can't join us live, they should at least send us some shop videos. We would love to have shop videos from anybody. So if you're watching this and you're like, hey, you didn't mention my local comic shop, get them to send me a video. Make my life easier. So we will have all that stuff. Again, the day is not done. If you want to find out more, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or Wednesday. The page will go live on theexplive.com. You'll be able to see you'll be able to see the schedule for the most part, all of our sponsors, all of the shops, all of that live on our website and our social media starting bright and early. So that is Local Comic Shop Day. What do you think, Jay?
I'm excited. I'm super excited, man. This is gonna be one of those. It's gonna crush me during the day, but I'm gonna love it at the same time. Like I can't wait to see everybody showing up. Everybody, oh, this is gonna be so great. I've been excited about it since I was told about it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it since we announced it. Again, guys, you're going to want to tune in. There's going to be stuff you don't want to miss. There's going to be stuff you'll never see again and have never seen before. So you're going to want to check in for that. But I wanted to come on and just kind of get the schedule out there and let everybody know that you can start texting your questions right now. If anything that we talked about on this video like strikes you as, hey, I want to find out about this, or I want to ask this person that, start texting your questions right now. Chats on YouTube disappear. Chats on Facebook and Twitch and Instagram disappear. Texts are forever. Or at least that's what Google has led me to believe. So, you can start texting in your start texting your question now. Absolutely unknown. Just tune in. And guys, I will be sending a link to all of the shops that have registered with Comics Pro for the event. But if your shop, again, isn't registered with Comics Pro for the event, please have them email shops at theexplive.com and I will send them links directly for the show so that they can put it on in their shop and have it on all day in the shop. So that's our plan for Local Comic Shop Day. You could text anytime you want, TJ, mainly because it's a number that doesn't ring.
Those are the best kind.
Yeah. So it literally just comes to the computer when I have it open. So we will get that taken care of as well. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out the schedule. Bookmark it, schedule it. We're gonna have a day. It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody, be good to each other. I've got to get back to work on this. I've still got graphics to make. I've got animations to do. I've got videos to edit. Jay needs to sleep because he's not going to that day. All of these things. Tune in tomorrow. Comic Industry Insiders live at 1 o'clock Eastern. We will be talking about Local Comic Shop Day. Then we have Minute to Skim It tomorrow night. Welcome to Wonderland. And, of course, Henri's in Korea. So no kicking it with Henri tomorrow. But Henri's in Korea. So everybody wish him good bulgogi. And then Wednesday, if I can get my act together, we'll have comic collectibles and we'll have the first ever Hump Day Heroes with Castle and the gang from past, present, and future comics.
Yep.
So that's the next couple of days. We will see everybody this weekend. Until then, read more comics.
Yes.